What's up, everyone? How's it going? That's the moon. Beautiful moon over there. I just wanted to talk a little bit about uh, faith tonight, and so we we say, or it's my conviction that love is at the source of everything in the spiritual world. In the spiritual world, everything at its source is love. And like I was, talking on other videos, that we all want, two things like freedom and love, right? We all want to choose, and we all want that connection, that, um, either to be loved or to love. And it's basically that connection with others, that deep connection. And that's just our human nature. That's the way we're wired. That's where we're from. That's who we are. But freedom in its essence also lies in love, because choice, you'll never truly fulfill your choice unless you love. Like, choice is never satiated unless you choose to love, because that's your ultimate desire, and that's your ultimate destiny, and that's where we come from, and that's where we're going. And so that, everything that exists, all energy that exists, energy itself is love and is the creator in itself. It's like a universal intelligence, that's sustaining, that's creating everything all the time. And it's a real intelligence. Like, it's something real. It's not just something, imagined, or something in the sky. Like, you can actually communicate with this intelligence. You can, receive your intuition, comes from there. Prayers are answered. And we become creators with this intelligence. We are part of this intelligence, because we're a piece of it. And so the more we connect with this intelligence, the better our lives become, and the better the world becomes. And so, but it's hard to, because I've actually been in a few states sometimes where you actually experience that. Like, you actually see everything as it is for real. Like, you see everything as love. Like, every person, everything, you just see it like you see it the way it really is. And it's amazing. It's like you're in heaven, It's like it's just amazing, But that's just very few times where you're actually living that. But most of the time, we're just here living mundane, normal lives. And you don't see that. You don't see the reality behind everything. And so most of the time, we have to live in faith. We have to live in faith because it's not apparent to us, the reality. We live in different dimensions. You just can't see through the illusion sometimes. We're living in illusion, and we can't see beyond the illusion. So many times we have to live in faith. And it's just knowing that it's there and believing it as if it were there. And a lot of this knowledge is obviously coming out, like faith especially. I've seen the growth of this. A lot of it's with the movement of, like, creating your own destiny. All of this knowledge has, there's this famous documentary called The Secret, and just a lot of that line of thought, kind of new age, that's coming out. And it's always existed, but I think it's just coming out more in the mainstream now than ever before. And that's amazing, And especially, so the faith, so what is faith? Faith, as I've experienced it, is just complete belief that something is going to happen. Like, you just know it. So you're giving you've already thanked for it. Like, once you make the decision to live in that state, then you already know it's like, it's going to happen, like as if it already happened. And so you're overwhelmed with joy because it's something that's so difficult to achieve usually. You don't have faith that you're going to wake up and, brush your teeth, that's not, but it's usually something that's super hard to achieve, like a miracle. This is how miracles happen. And so, but once you make that decision that you're going to go all in, like you're going to jump off that cliff and you're going to live in faith, it's like the hardest thing to do, because you're kind of like, it's almost impossible to happen, but you do it, you do it anyway. And so you jump off the cliff, you start, and you just know it's going to happen. And so, and you can't force it. See, that's the thing. Like, you jump off the cliff, but then you can't force anything because you already know it's going to happen. Like, if you already know it's going to happen, then you can't do anything remotely close to like trying for it to happen, because you already know it happened. So if you try to make it happen, then you've already lost, If you already know it happened, then you're just overwhelmed with joy all the time, because it's already happened. And you kind of leave it in the hands of the creator, or of this universal intelligence, and it happens magically. And when it comes, it's just like you already knew it was going to come, but it comes, this event or this whatever you wanted to happen. And so, but it's one of the most hardest things to do. Like, I don't know why, for me, I think for everyone, but for me especially, it's just so hard to do. That's why I don't do it much, I think. I'm not sure why I don't do it more. Maybe I should. And we should all live lives of creation, like of creating your own destiny. And I think, I should definitely do it more. But that's basically what faith is, it's thanking the creator for something and knowing that it's already been granted, and then living in that state of thankfulness and of just knowledge that this has already been done, and how you feel. And so it's really, but you have to go, it has to be 100% all in, or else, it won't work. And so it's a crazy thing. Miracles are real. Whatever you believe will be conceived. And unfortunately, that goes the negative way too. If you believe all negative things will happen, then you're creating all these things, And we all suffer from this. I do. I think everyone does at some point in their life. And that's why what I was talking about last night, for always thinking and believing the media, especially. The media is always bombarding us with negativity and with fear and with, hate, and with, it's basically like a divide and conquer type attitude that we're always hearing from the media, the mainstream media mostly, and and just from people in general. And, it's up to us to change that, to reverse that belief, and the belief in a great world, in a peaceful world, in an amazing world, in a world where only love exists, which is actually the truth. And only love exists, of course, is on a subconscious level, not on a conscious level, because if we all could experience that on a conscious level, then we would already be there, right? But we're not there yet. But eventually we'll all get there in consciousness, which is the ultimate joy, is to live, is to see that only love exists in consciousness. That's the ultimate joy, is to just presence that beauty. And so I think that's it for tonight, everyone. See you later.